Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Today's music one more time. Hello, everybody. I'm Gene Weed. For the next 4 hours, we'll be taking you along a journey through your past, present, and future on Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember. Before we go any further, let me introduce to you my special guest, Dick Clark.
Well, thank you, Gene. You know, this week I'm very proud to have as the subjects of our special artist profile 4 gentlemen whom I had the pleasure of presenting in concert for many, many years in arenas and auditoriums across the country. Of course, we worked together on television. 4 gentlemen who were always a barrel of fun. The Monkees.
Sounds like a winner to me, Dick, and that's not all who'll be appearing on this week's show. Who, you say? Well, in a minute, you'll hear it through the grapevine. Marvin Gaye with Motown's biggest selling hit of the 60s, I Heard It Through the Grapevine, number 1 in 1968. You know, I've always considered Billy Swan to be a rather helpful kind of a guy. I mean, he once inadvertently helped out a thriving business in Kentucky.
I know there's some furniture store in Paducah. They changed the words or something, you know, and are using it. If you got a problem and you need some furniture, tell you this, we can help. We got 2 big stores, we can help.
If you got a problem, don't care what it is. If you need a hand, I can assure you this, I can help. I got 2 strong arms, I can help. It would sure do me good to do you good. Let me help. It's a fact that people get lonely, ain't nothing new. But a woman like you, baby, should never have the blues. Let me help. I got 2 for me. Let me help. It would sure do me good child needs a dad I can help. It would sure do me good, do you good, let me help. When I go to sleep at night, you're always a part of my dream. Holding me tight and telling me everything I want to hear. Oh, don't forget me, baby. All you gotta do is call. You know how I feel about you. If I can do anything at all, let me help. A child needs a dad I can help. It would sure do me good to do you good, let me help.
Number 1 in gold for Billy Swan. The year was 1974, and the song I Can Help. You know, while Billy was able to lend his assistance in that particular situation, there are some things that, well, just can't be helped or even stopped. Thank goodness.
I can't stop loving you.
I've made up my mind to live in memories of the lonesome time.
I can't stop wanting you.
It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday.
Dreams of yesterday.
Those happy hours that we once knew, though long ago, they still make me blue. They say that time heals a broken heart, but time has stood still since we've been apart.
I can't stop loving you.
I've made up my mind to live in memories of the lonesome time.
I can't stop wanting you.
It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterdays.
Those happy hours
Those happy hours
that we once knew.
that we once knew,
Lord, all our
oh, long ago,
still make me blue.
still make me blue.
They say that time
They say that time
is a
a lonesome time. Sing a song, children.
I can't stop wanting you.
It's useless to say, so I'll just live my life of dreams of yesterday.
Of
The genius of Ray Charles with a #1 million seller from 1962. #1, I think, in my mind forever. I Can't Stop Loving You. Hey, I'm sure you figured out by now that Billy Swan and the Monkees aren't the only artists who are going to be with us this week on Rock, Roll, and Remember. Our lineup also includes Maurice White of Earth, Wind, and Fire, Del Shannon, the Atlanta Rhythm Section, Gary Puckett, and Dick and Dee Dee. Not only that, we'll rock, roll, and review 1974 as we count down the top hits from the second weekend of September 1974. And of course, our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone will be prowling the streets. Stay with us. We'll launch our special artist profile on the Monkees right after this.
What's even crispier than a Frito-Lay chip? How about a crisp new dollar bill? How about 10,000 crisp new dollar bills? That's what you could win in Frito-Lay's new instant cash giveaway. $1, $1,000, or even $10,000 when you buy a Frito-Lay single-serve snack. Just pop into your neighborhood store, walk up to the Frito-Lay snack rack, and pick up a single-serve package of Fritos corn chips, Cracker Snacks, salted peanuts, Doritos and Tostitos tortilla chips, Cheetos cheese-flavored snacks, Lay's and Ruffles potato chips, or Grandma's Big Cookies. Then look for the cash giveaway symbol printed on each specially marked single-serve package. Your Frito-Lay snack could be even crispier than you bargained for. No purchase necessary. We'll send you a free game piece if you mail your hand-printed request to Game Request, P.O. Box 4122, Blair, Nebraska 68009. Void in Minnesota and where prohibited. Look for details of Frito-Lay's instant cash giveaway at your local store.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
The subject of this week's special artist profile here on Rock, Roll, and Remember is the group which was America's biggest pop act for 2 years back in the 60s. I'm talking about the Monkees. And that leads us to my friend Dick Clark. Dick, who have you got in the barrel?
Gene, Mickey Dolenz, and Davy Jones will be representing the Monkees, but before we get to them, let's refresh everybody's memories with their theme. Remember?
Here we come, walking down the street. We get the funniest looks from everyone we meet. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees, and people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We go where we want to, do what we like to do. We don't have time to get restless, there's always something new. Hey, we're the Monkees, and people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. One time. And people say we monkey around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. We're just trying to be friendly, come and watch, sing and play. We're the young generation, and we've got something to say. We're the Monkees.
Oh my, how many times I heard that. The Monkees with the theme from their TV series of the very same name, a series which, by the way, began in the fall of 1966. Now, the Monkees weren't a group that fell together in somebody's garage. They were actually cast as actors for that TV series. Mickey Dolenz, for instance, was the child actor on the old show Circus Boy. So for Mickey, the music business was like being on another planet.
Well, it always seemed like another world to me, I'm afraid.
I came into music kind of backwards, as you may know.
Yeah.
Before the Monkees, I'd sang a bit and played a little guitar, but usually as an actor. I wanted to be a singer, and I remember driving down Ventura Boulevard and thinking, when the Beatles hit, thinking, God, I'd really like to be like the Beatles, boy. Yeah. But I was mainly an actor, and I had no connections in the business, really. And then the Monkees came along, and I was cast as the drummer. But it's not brain surgery, I mean, it's only rock and roll.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. It seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Love was out to get me. Now that's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. Yes, I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. Said I'm a believer.
Number 1 in gold for the Monkees back in 1967, I'm a Believer. And later on in the hour, Davy Jones will tell us how to get to Clarksville.
And Dick, when Rock, Roll, and Remember resumes, we'll fall into fall.
Don't give me that so-so soda, the same old cola. I want a rock and roller, I want a pie, I want a Shasta, I want a taste pizzazz, all the great taste Shasta has. I want a pie, I want a Shasta, I want a thrill, I want a wow, taste it all, I want it now. I want a pie, I want a Shasta.
This is Gregory Peck speaking for the Alliance to Save Energy. The Alliance offers you a free brochure which will help to save energy and money. In fact, what it tells you could cut your energy use by 25%. Send for this brochure today. Find out how saving energy makes sense. Dollars and cents. Write the Alliance to Save Energy, Box 57200, Washington, D.C., 20037. A public service message from the Alliance to Save Energy and the Advertising Council.
All summer long, we've been playing summer songs here on Rock, Roll, and Remember. But now that Labor Day weekend has come and gone, summer, as you know, is nearing an end. Did you ever think way back in June when you said, see you in September, that September would roll around so quickly? Neither did I.
I'll be alone each and every night. While you're away, don't forget to write. Bye-bye, so long, farewell. Bye-bye, so long. See you in September.
The Happenings from 1966 and a top 5 classic, See You in September. You know, September is one of Maurice White's favorite months. It's true. Maurice is the leader of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and back in 1979, he put out a song which has forever etched that 9th month onto our imaginations.
I feel that music ain't happening if you don't use, some kind of imagination. That's what happens when we write songs. We use imaginary scenes to write songs. We use imaginary props and what have you, So it's the same thing when you come to see us. Like what I'm trying to do is take the group theater. That's where I'm thinking I'd like to do a Broadway thing one day with the group, A group with hit records and same time Broadway atmosphere.
Do you remember when it first started? September, love was changing the minds, tender, while chasing the clouds away. Our hearts were ringing in the key that souls were singing as we danced in the night. Remember how the stars stole the night away. My thoughts are with you, holding hands with your heart to see you. Only blue talking love. Remember how we knew love was here to stay. Now December found a love we shared in September. Only blue talking love. Remember true love we shared today.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, just 3 of the elements of the universe, and a million seller from 1979, titled simply September. Now, if you still don't believe that autumn is approaching, then why don't you open the curtain a little bit, look outside, and check out the falling leaves. That kind of piano playing gave Roger Williams a #1 record in 1955 titled Autumn Leaves. Well, you know what it means, back to school time, and our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone will be out asking folks like you how they feel about going back to school.
Hi, this is Walt Garrison, and you know I've seen a lot of rodeo cowboys get thrown on their cans. Their cans of Skoal, of course. Because you see, around here, most folks keep a can of moist smokeless tobacco in the back pocket of their jeans. Fact is, I keep a can of wintergreen Skoal. A little pinch between my cheek and gum, and I get real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. Hey, cowboy, watch your can. So for real tobacco pleasure without lighting up, try Skoal. A pinch is all it takes.
I'm looking for an audio system that'll carry good live sound in a big room.
Yes, sir. How big?
Oh, about like a football field. And it's going to run about 24 hours a day.
Right. Type of sound?
Chicken sounds mostly, and a little bit of Beethoven. When you're raising 20,000 chickens in one coop, you got to keep them happy.
All of this for chickens?
Well, Beethoven's for me.
Shop around for the right audio system for your listening habits. A consumer tip from the Electronic Industries Association.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
I'm Gene Weed, and our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone has been sent out to the street with fresh clothes, new books, and sharpened pencils. The reason? Well, it's back to school time, and we wanted to know how you felt in September's past about hitting those books again.
Hi, I'm Larry Goldstein, originally from my mother, and how I felt about going back to school. Well, to be honest with you, I think it reminded me when I was in junior high school. Got caught eating sunflower seeds in my math class, and the teacher made me write 100 times, "I will not eat polyunsaturated fatty acid safflower sunflower seeds" in my period 4 math class.
My name's Carrie Pyros. I'm from Ohio. I don't want to go back to school.
My name is Mark Yorducci from Carmichael, California. And I really like school a lot because I'm a total nerd and a throat, and I love to be competitive.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm so glad that school is in. Now I can see my old classmates again. I work and slave the summer through, doing the thing my mother told me to do. I washed the dishes and scrubbed the floor and taught the baby how to count the floor. I made the beds and cut the grass. I played the school is an in and last. Don't you know where I said, oh yeah. Don't forget it, yeah. I'm a witness. Oh yeah. Now vacation time has come to an end. Now I gotta get back to my studies again and make good grades so I can pass. I'm glad the school is an in and last. Don't you know where I said, oh yeah. Don't forget it, yeah. I'm a witness. Oh yeah. Don't let it. Now you may think I'm nutty and telling you lies, but I'm going out and out about my school supply. 'Cause this semester's gonna be a gas, because school is an in and last. Don't you know where I said, oh yeah. Don't forget it, yeah. I'm a witness. Oh yeah.
Gary U.S. Bonds from 1961, and saying it like it is, school is in, which, by the way, happens to be the subject for our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone, as it's out there cruising the streets in search of your feelings about returning to the hallowed halls of Ivy.
My name is Ed Sabag, Detroit, Michigan. I was glad to get back because I was bored during the summer.
Marianne Hooten, Norman, Oklahoma. I felt like it was a drag. I didn't want to sit in school all day and do homework every night and study again. I'd enjoyed the time off during the summer where I didn't have any responsibility.
My name is Nancy Carew. I come from Massachusetts, and I liked going back to school for the first 2 weeks because I was bored, but after that I got sick of school.
Morning and out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. American history and shows ready to sell. You're lucky if you can find a seat. You're fortunate if you have time to eat. Back in the classroom, open your books. See, but the teacher don't know how mean she looks. Soon as 3 o'clock rolls around, you finally lay your burden down. Close up your books, get out of your seat. Down the hall and into the street. Up to the corner and round the bend. Right to the juke joint you go in. Drop the coin right into the slot. You gotta hear something that's really hot. With the one you love, you're making romance. All day long you've been wanting to dance. Feeling the music from head to toe. Round and round and round you go. Into the slot. You gotta hear something that's really hot. With the one you love, you're making romance. All day long you've been wanting to dance. Feeling the music from head to toe. Round and round and round you go. Hail, hail, rock and roll. Deliver me from the days of old. The drums loud and bold. Rock, rock, rock and roll. Feeling is there, body and soul.
Oh, yeah. Chuck Berry conducting a music appreciation class in 1957 and calling it School Day. Our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone will return to the highways and byways of America to find out about your favorite subjects in school in the second half of this week's show. In the meantime, Davy Jones and Dick Clark will be taking us to Clarksville right after this.
Look, there, at your video game collection.
Yeah, what?
It's full of gaping holes.
What?
Look. There, next to your Kaboom by Activision.
Here?
There's a gaping hole where the excitement of Freeway belongs.
Yeah, I hear it's incredible.
And there, just to the left of Fishing Derby.
Another
gaping hole. The wind is whistling through the space where Activision's Laser Blast and ice hockey and skiing belong.
Gee, I've been meaning to buy a...
And there, between the realism of your tennis and the varoom of Dragster, more gaping hole where the punch of boxing and the charge of Stampede should be.
I'm missing a lot, huh?
You're missing the games that made video game history.
Gee, I want them all.
Now's a great time to fill those gaping holes. Because you'll be agog, aghast, and even agape at the excitement and challenge of Activision's...
Yes?
Activision's...
Yeah?
Gaping hole collection.
Oh, yeah.
For the Atari video computer system.
Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Our salute to the Monkees rolls on with Dick Clark. Dick, earlier, Mickey Dolenz was telling you that he wasn't really into music. Were any of the Monkees actually musical?
Oh, sure. Gene Peter Tork was part of the New York folk scene, and Mike Nesmith was writing tunes out in California. Even Davy Jones had sung on Broadway in his role as the Artful Dodger in Oliver. But I gotta tell you, Davy Jones's record collection didn't exactly put him into the rock and roll mainstream.
I wasn't really into records. I was into the Beatles, and I bought a couple of records. I was into singing Brenda Lee songs. I had Brenda Lee albums, and I bought Johnny Tillison's Poetry in Motion and Elvis Presley, Are You Lonesome Tonight? But that was the extent of it. You know, I'd really never been into records. Even though I was singing and dancing every night on the stage, I wasn't into buying records other than these artists I've mentioned. And so I heard the record Last Train to Clarksville when I was going up Benedict Canyon. I was living with Mickey Dolenz at the time, and we just stopped the car and looked at one another and said, whew, this is incredible. And here we are. We got on our way to the studio to appear in our own TV show, too. This is the living end.
Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, 'cause I've made your reservation. Don't be slow. No, no, no. No, no, no. 'Cause I'm leaving in the morning and I must I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville, I'll be waiting at the station. We'll have time for coffee, belated kisses, and a bit of conversation. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Take the last train to Clarksville. Now I must hang up the phone. I can't hear you in this noisy railroad station. All alone I'm feeling low. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville and I'll meet you at the station. You can be here by 4:30, cause I laid your reservation. Don't be slow. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. And I don't know if I'm ever coming home. Take the last train to Clarksville.
The Monkees from 1966 with their very first record, and it headed straight to number one and became a million seller. Last Train to Clarksville. And Davey will return in the next hour of Rock, Roll, and Remember to tell us more about the Monkees on TV.
Thanks, Dick. I'll return in a moment with a pair of one-hit wonder women.
This bug's for you, for being on the job, working hard all day. So here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This bug's for you. This bug's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this bug's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
You've probably heard me use an expression here on Rock, Roll, and Remember, one-hit wonders, right? Well, these are artists who released only one great song and then seemingly totally dropped out of sight. Well, we have a couple of one-hit wonder women. For example, first, this lady, the pride of Macon, Georgia, Claudine Clark.
Party life.
What a song. Party Lights, the only national hit for Claudine Clark back in 1962. Now, 1 year later, this lady, in review of 1974, will begin right after this.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels. I tour about 100,000 miles a year with the Charlie Daniels Band, and I love the traveling and the picking. And whether I'm looking at the world through the windshield of the bus or relaxing after a show, there's always one thing you'll find in my pocket, and that's a little round can of Skol. I just pop the lid and put a pinch between my cheek and gum, and it gives me all the tobacco pleasure I need without lighting up. Now, I can't share my Skol over the radio, so my music will have to do. But if you want real tobacco pleasure without lighting up, try Skol. A pinch is all it takes. Thank you.
Hello down there. I'm John Hancock, former Boston businessman. I did something for all businessmen once. I was first to sign the Declaration of Independence. Definitely a hanging offense. Return the favor. Join the more than 350,000 employers who encourage employee participation in Guard and Reserve training. Serving on those teams makes them better team workers for you. Besides, their predecessor saved my neck. Write employer support to Arlington, Virginia, 22209.
Oh, what a team! Oh, what a team!
A public service of this station and the Advertising Council.
Dick Clark's Rock Rollin' Review.
This week, we're reviewing a fabulous year, 1974, with a countdown of the top 4 songs from the second weekend of September in 1974. To get it all rolling, here again is Dick Clark.
Thank you, Gene. 1974. That was the year when our thoughts turned from RPMs to MPGs as the Mideast oil embargo interrupted the petroleum pipeline and caused long gas lines here at home. Fuel shortages were so severe that they led to the cancellation of European tours by the Allman Brothers and Steely Dan, but that didn't stop Bob Dylan from touring America. As a matter of fact, he made his very first concert appearances in over 8 years in that year of 1974, on his first full tour since that 1966 motorcycle accident, which almost claimed his life. Old Blue Eyes also came back in 1974. Frank Sinatra appeared in Las Vegas after a 2-year absence, with tickets going for what was then record-breaking prices of $30 apiece. And in the daredevil branch of show business, Evel Knievel attempted to jump Idaho's Snake River Canyon with a steam-powered sky cycle. Remember that thing? It was supposed to fly 3,000 feet over the 600-foot canyon, which it did, by the way. Unfortunately, Evel's parachute failed to open on time and the sky cycle crashed. Evel fortunately survived and almost intact. And Gene, in the next hour of Rock, Roll, and Review, I'll tell you all about the BHMA.
You're going to tell us all about what? I don't know what that means yet. Well, we'll find out together. In the meantime, this was the number 4 record on the second weekend of September, 1974. Remember this one?
I'm leaving it all up to you. You decide what you're gonna do. Now do you want my love, or are we through? That's why I'm leaving it all up to you.
Donnie and Marie Osmond and the number 4 song on the second weekend of September 1974. I'm leaving it all up to you. We'll continue our Rock, Roll, and Review of 1974 in the second hour of Rock, Roll, and Remember. In addition, we'll have more of our special artist profile on the Monkees, and you'll meet Del Shannon and Mel Carter. I'm Gene Weed. We'll have all that and much more coming your way when Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember continues. Stay with us. Del Shannon and Mel Carter will be joining us this hour, and Dick will be here with more of his special artist profile on the Monkees. First, let's go to the other end of the musical spectrum with a quick salute to the kind of man who makes you feel warm, smooth, and mellow. He is the balladeer, a description which perfectly suits the one and only Johnny Mathis.
You ask how much I need you. Must I explain? I need you, oh my darling, like roses need rain. You ask how long I'll love you. I'll tell you true, until the 12th of never, I'll still be loving you. Hold me close, never let me go. Hold me close, melt my heart like April snow. I'll love you till the bluebells forget to bloom. I'll love you till the clover has lost its perfume. I'll love you till the poets run out of rhyme, until the 12th of never, and that's a long, long time, until the 12th of never, and that's a long, long
And that's a long, long time. Yes, it is. Top 10 song for Johnny Mathis in 1957. I must have played that record 150 times while sitting in Miami Beach, Florida, on a radio station there. The 12th of Never. You know, romantic balladeers sing about love and affection, which is in a completely different direction from gospel singing. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because Mel Carter began as a gospel singer, and I asked him if he faced any moral quandaries moving from gospel over to pop.
Not with me. Maybe with the people that were around me, like my mom. Her roots are very, very much in church, and she always wanted me to be in church since I was of the church. But it wasn't a major transition for me because I'm still singing what I feel, and that's what I was doing basically all the time.
Hold me, never let me go until you've told me what I want to know, and then just hold me, make me tell you I'm in love with you. Thrill me, walk me down the lane where shadows will be, hiding love is just the same as will be, when you make me tell you I love you.
told me, be sensible with your new love. Don't be fooled thinking this is the last you'll find. But they never stood in the dark with you, love. When you take me in your arms and drive me slowly out of my mind, kiss me, and when you do, I know that you will miss me. If we ever say adieu, so kiss me, make me tell you I'm in love with you. Kiss me, when you do, I know that you will miss me. If we ever say adieu, so kiss me, make me tell you I'm in love with you. Never, never, never let me go. Never, never, never let me go.
Mel Carter bringing back some top 10 memories for us all from 1965 with Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me.
Deep Clark's rock, roll, and remember.
I suppose if you wanted to crown a contemporary king of the balladeers, more than likely the people's choice would be this man.
There you are, looking just the same as you did last time I touched you. And here I am, close to getting tangled up inside the thought of you. Do you love him as much as I love her? And will that love be strong when old feelings start to stir? Looks like we made it, left each other on the way to another love. Looks like we made it, but I thought so till today, until you were there everywhere, and all I could taste was love the way we made it. Love so strange, playing hide and seek with hearts and always hurting. And we're the fools, standing close enough to touch those burning memories. And if I hold you for the sake of all those times love made us lose our minds, could I ever let you go? Oh no, we made it, left each other on the way to another love. Looks like we made it, but I thought so till today, until you were there everywhere,
a #1 gold record from 1977. Looks like we've made it. Now, Davy Jones will be joining Dick Clark again to take a look at the Monkees' life on TV. That's when Rock, Roll, and Remember resumes.
The Crime Prevention Coalition and the Ad Council present McGruff, the crime dog.
Listen to this song and you'll get some tips that'll help take a bite out of crime. If you're making modest money or are in the chips, you should help take a bite out of crime. So in your home or store, always lock your door, night or day, wherever you stay. Cause when you lock up, hey, the robbers go away. And it's taking a bite out of crime. Start doing, take a bite out of crime.
Hi, this is Donna Summer for the Electronic Industries Association. Be sure you're getting the best I can give. With today's variety of high-fidelity audio equipment, a good system doesn't have to be complex or expensive. Shop around, listen, compare.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Dick Clark is back again with us for more of our special artist profile on the Monkees. Dick, I once heard Davy Jones liken the Monkees TV show to a program which you're pretty familiar with.
Oh, indeed he has, Gene, and he'll do it again right after we hear this one from 1967.
I'm not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. You're trying to make your mark in society. You're using all the tricks that you used on me. You're reading all them high-fashion magazines. The clothes you're wearing, girl, are causing public scenes. I said, I'm not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. When I first met you, girl, you didn't have no shoes. But now you're walking around like your front page news. You've been awful careful about the friends you choose. But you won't find my name in your book of who's who's. I said, I'm not your stepping stone. No, girl, not me. I'm not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. I'm not your stepping stone. 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 No, girl, I'm not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone. Not your stepping stone.
Top 20 for the Monkees in 1967, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Now, of course, their television series was a big stepping stone for all of the Monkees. Not only that, it sort of changed the way in which people were being introduced to new music, eliminating the middleman. Now, as Davy Jones points out, that sounds a little bit like my favorite television show.
And I think it was the first time ever that the radio and the television got together, you know. So all of a sudden, such as you did with American Bandstand, you were able to have week after week the artists that were singing them appearing on the TV show, you know. And the Monkees took it a little farther, you see, a step farther, where we had our own TV show. The kids could see us every week singing these hit tunes that they were buying in the record shops and hearing on the radio. And we just took American Bandstand and put comedy in it, sort of, you know. I think that's pretty much it.
There's
and I wouldn't live without her, even if I could. They call her different than the way she looked before. I call her
The Monkees with a million-selling smash from 1968, Valerie. And we'll find out why disc jockeys would shrink from fear whenever they heard the Monkees were about to pay him a visit later on this hour here on Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Ah, but our listeners will have nothing to fear, Dick, as we play radio's easiest game right after this.
Here comes Harry Gant and the Skull Bandit in for a pit stop. You're looking great, Harry.
And I feel great. New team, new car. I'm right up there in the NASCAR standings, and I just came in for a paint stop.
You do mean a pit stop, right, Harry?
For the crew, it's a pit stop. For me, it's a paint stop. A chance for me to take a little pinch of my skull, put it between my cheek and gum, for all the tobacco pleasure I want without lighting up.
Does the crew get a pinch stop?
As soon as they finish the pit stop.
There goes Harry Gant, Skull Bandit.
Hello down there. This is Alexander Hamilton. As the founding father who was first Secretary of the Treasury and an all-round businessman, I urge today's businessmen to join the team of employers who encourage employee participation in Guard and Reserve training. Employees who serve on National Guard and Reserve teams make better team workers for you. The man whose face is on your $10 bill wouldn't lie to you. Write Employer Support, Arlington, Virginia 22209.
Oh, what a team! Oh, what a team!
A public service of this station and the Advertising Council.
Once more, it's time to play radio's least challenging game called Who Said It. The rules have not changed, incidentally. You see, I utter a quotable quote from the world of rock and roll, play an incredibly obvious musical clue, and then you tell me who said it. Here we go, I quote. There are a lot of bands, a lot of songwriters, and there's only a certain amount of room on the top of the Mount Moolah. Okay, everybody, who said it?
I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Find a place to make your stand. Take it easy. Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, and such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say baby. Love.
Fry, a longtime resident at the top of Mount Moolah, and the rest of the Eagles with Take It Easy from 1972. Our final quotable quote comes from one half of today's hottest duo. Says he, and I quote, "The reason a lot of avant-garde music doesn't sell is because it stinks." End quote. I just knew there was a reason. Who said it?
Baby hair with a woman's eyes, I can feel you watching in the night. All alone with me, we're waiting for the sunlight. When I feel cold, you warm me, and when I feel I can't go on, you come and hold me. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile for me, Sarah? If you feel like leaving, you know you can go. But why don't you stay until tomorrow? If you wanna be free, you know, all you got to do is say so. And when you feel cold, I'll warm you. And when you feel you can't go on, I'll come and hold you. It's you and me forever. Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile a while for me, Sarah? Sarah, smile. Oh, won't you smile a while, Sarah? Me feel like a man not keeping me crazy.
Daryl Hall, the fellow who thinks a lot of avant-garde music stinks, and John Oates with their million seller from 1976 titled Sarah Smile. Hey, we're going to grab Del Shannon before he runs away next on Rock, Roll, and Remember.
This bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you, here's to you. You know it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. So here's to you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Budweiser.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
I'm Gene Weed, happy to have with me a really wonderful entertainer and a delightful human being, Del Shannon. You see, Del and I got to talking about touring back in the old days, and he reminded me about the time that he literally brought the house down.
Yeah, well, one funny thing, we were in Atlanta, Georgia, playing the Gator Bowl or something. The stage was built by man, and it was in the middle of the field, and it was 14 feet high or something. And we had a big encore. We had this 15 or 20 acts on it. And the piano was on it, the band, everything, and it caved in as we were doing the encore. It just caved in. I took a couple of us to the hospital. All I did is rip my coat, but I looked up and I was on the ground, and the piano was just laying on a board. It was scary. That was funny, but it was scary too.
No one will understand what I've got to do. I've got to find a place to hide with my baby by my side. She's been hurt so much, they treat her mean and cruel. They try to keep us far apart. There's only one thing that we can do. We gotta keep searching, searching, find a place to hide. Searching, searching, she'll be by my side. If we gotta keep on the run, we'll follow the sun. Follow the sun. Doesn't matter what people might say. She's mine and I'm gonna take her anyway. Gotta keep searching, searching, find a place to stay. Searching, searching, every night and day. If we gotta keep on the run, follow the sun. Follow the sun. We gotta keep searching, searching, find a place to hide. Searching, searching, she'll be by my side. If we gotta keep on the run, follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun. Follow the sun.
We'll Follow the Sun. Keep Searching, it's called. Top 10 for Del Shannon in 1965. Now, you might not have seen a lot of Del Shannon on the concert trails these days. And if you're like me and you kind of wonder why, well, it seems that Del likes to run away to distant shores.
I do a lot of foreign work. I like foreign. I like it a lot better now. I used to like America. I used to like to tour here. But it's a lot more fun over there. I got it together still. I mean, if you work a club here, let's say, I mean, you can call them up and say, hey, I'm at the airport, man, and okay, great, yeah, well, just get a cab and come on down. You know, you go overseas and it's all taken care of, you know. They meet you, I mean, you don't fly much in England. I only fly to England. But once you're there, you have a driver and it's all taken care of. And you have a dressing room and it's all taken care of that way too, you know. Over here, it's just not the same, you know.
As I walk along, I wonder what went wrong with our love, although it was so strong. And as I still walk on, I think of things we've done together while our hearts were young. I'm a-walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel a pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why she ran away. And I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away. I'm a-walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel a pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why run away.
Del Shannon with one of everyone's all-time favorite rock and roll songs called Runaway. It was number 1 in 1961. Our thanks, by the way, to Del for his insight into life on the road on Rock, Roll, and Remember. Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, he'll be back. He'll talk about their life on the road with Dick Clark as soon as we get back together.
Look, there, at your video game collection.
Yeah, what?
It's full of gaping holes.
What?
Look, there, next to your Kaboom by Activision.
Here?
There's a gaping hole where the excitement of Freeway belongs.
Yeah, I hear it's incredible.
And there, just to the left of Fishing Derby.
Another
gaping hole. The wind is whistling through the space where Activision's Laser Blast and ice hockey and skiing belong.
Gee, I've been meaning to buy
And there, between the realism of your tennis and the varoom of Dragster, more gaping hole where the punch of boxing and the charge of Stampede should be.
I'm missing a lot, huh?
You're missing the games that made video game history.
Gee, I want them all.
Now's a great time to fill those gaping holes. Because you'll be agog, aghast, and even agape at the excitement and challenge of Activision's.
Yes?
Activision's.
Yeah?
Gaping hole collection.
Oh, yeah.
For the Atari video computer system.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Our salute to the Monkees rolls again with Dick Clark. Dick, what's this about the Monkees sending terror through the hearts of disc jockeys?
Well, it's absolutely true, Gene. You see, the Monkees on television resemble the Marx Brothers with their madcap zaniness, and if you thought they were, sort of cool and sedate off-camera, wrong. As a matter of fact, whenever they visited a radio station during a promotional tour, Mickey Dolenz and his mates made sure that they would be remembered.
Yeah, we used to pride ourselves on our ability to destroy radio stations. We'd go in, and it got to be quite an honor to be destroyed by the Monkees who'd come into town, and we'd go to the radio station and tie up the disc jockey. Pretend to tie him up. He'd scream and say, "I've been taken over!" And then suddenly there I was on the air. The Monkees have taken over this station. And we'd play the records backwards and at the wrong speeds and scream and scratch them, go. And then I'd do my FM. He was having it all right out there.
I remember it well.
You listen to the sounds, it's all right. And Mike did the pig reports. The pig reports. So funny. Pigs are up $4 and sheep are down 2. It was fun.
The local rock group down the street is trying hard to learn their song. Serenade the weekend squire who just came out to mow his lawn. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Charcoal burning everywhere. Rows of houses that are all the same, and no one seems to care. See Mrs. Gray, she's proud today because her roses are in bloom. Mr. Green, he's so serene, he's got a TV in every room. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday, here in Status Symbol Land. Mothers complain about how hard life is, and the kids just don't understand. Creature comfort goes, they only know my soul, and make it hard for me to see. My thoughts all seem to stray to places far away. I need a change of scenery. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday, charcoal burning everywhere. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday, here in Status Symbol Land.
for the Monkees in 1967, Pleasant Valley Sunday. Now, Mickey will tell us about the Monkees on tour in the second half of this week's show.
Okay, Dick, and when Rock, Roll, and Remember resumes, we'll pay tribute to a couple of pop pioneers who are no longer with us, but whose music lives on.
The Center for Environmental Education reminds you that saving the ocean and its inhabitants is the first step towards saving ourselves. Let's all hope we never hear a child say,
Daddy, what were whales?
To find out what you can do to save the ocean and its creatures, write CEE, Box 19608, Washington, D.C. 20006.
Find your high school diploma isn't quite enough to get the job of your choice? Then consider this, a career in electronic servicing with 30,000 jobs available. We are in the age of technology, so use your imagination. For information on the career of your choice, write Careers, the Electronic Industries Association, Box 19369, Washington, D.C. 20036. That's Careers, Box 19369, Washington, D.C. 20036.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Each week here on Rock, Roll, and Remember, we take a short time out to salute those rock and roll pioneers who are no longer with us. We begin this time with a singer, keyboard player, writer, producer, and arranger whose professional accomplishments were absolute legend and legendary. But it was his vocals with Roberta Flack which truly stood out in his career. Rarely have two voices blended so beautifully. And when you hear the last of their duets together, you begin to feel the true weight of the tragic death of Donny Hathaway.
Your love has captured me.
Roberta Flack and the late Donny Hathaway with a gold record from 1978, The Closer I Get to You. Our second pop singer was a man whose death was truly unnecessary. He was on a promotional tour in 1954 when he and some friends decided to entertain themselves with a backstage game of Russian roulette. He lost, and he died the next day, Christmas Day. Johnny Ace.
Forever, my darling, my love will be true, always and forever. I'll love just you. Just promise me, darling, your love in return. Make this fire in my soul, dear, forever burn. My heart's at your command, dear, to keep love and to hold. Making you happy is my desire, dear. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving way. My heart's at your command, to keep love and to hold. Making you happy is my desire, dear. Keeping you is my goal. I'll forever love you the rest of my days. I'll never part from you and your loving way.
Johnny Ace from 1955 and Pledging My Love. Coming up, Dick Clark continues his insight and review of 1974.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels. You know, I've played an awful lot of music in my time, and I've traveled a lot of miles, and I've used a lot of smokeless tobacco. Now, there's a whole lot of smokeless tobacco products out there, but my choice was there first, and it stayed longer. And I'm talking about Skoal. I call it the complete dip because I can put a pinch between my cheek and gum, and it gives me real tobacco pleasure without ever striking a match. So if you want real tobacco pleasure without lighting up, try Skoal. A pinch is all it takes. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Jack, what's a dog in a trench coat doing playing the drums?
Gee, I don't know, Mary. Maybe he can't play the flute.
Oh, hiya. McGruff, the crime dog here. You know I love a parade, but so do most crooks, pickpockets, and purse snatchers. Because in all the excitement, nobody pays any attention to their wallets, purses, watches, or jewelry.
Gee.
So when you're in a crowd, watch out for your valuables and help, take a bite out of crime.
A message from the Crime Prevention Coalition and the Ad Council.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Review.
Our Rock, Roll, and Review of 1974 with Dick Clark returns now on Rock, Roll, and Remember with what Dick says is the BHMA, huh?
That's right, Gene, the BHMA. It was an exclusive organization launched in 1974 with 1,000 members in some 42 states. Now, anybody could join as long as they were bald. You see, the BHMA was the Bald-Headed Men of America. It was launched by head honcho John Cap III to foster pride amongst bald-headed people. Said one domed gnome, and I quote, "God has made very few perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair." Now, there were other developments in that year of 1974. People magazine was launched that year. allowing us to sort of keep up with all the celebrities and what they were up to. Now, the top-rated television shows that year were The Waltons, All in the Family, The Mary Tyler Moore Show, MASH, Sanford and Son, and Good Times. And as a matter of fact, they're all still on the air somewhere in the world. At the movies in 1974, we were all going to see Godfather Part 2. Art Carney was starring in Harry and Tonto, and Ellen Burstyn in Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. And in the second half of Rock, Roll, and Review, I'll have the story of Hollywood's most famous firefighter.
I'm not going to move a muscle, Dick. I'll be right here. Now, this was the number 2 song for the second weekend of September 1974. What were you doing the first time you heard this song?
Ain't it good, ain't it right, that you are with me here tonight? Music playing, our bodies swaying in time. Touching you, so warm and tender, Lord, I feel such a sweet surrender. Beautiful is the dream that makes you mine. Rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Baby, baby, rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this darling, oh my baby, you got the moves that drive me crazy. And on your face, I see a trace of love. Come hold me close, don't let me go. I need you, honey, I love you so. You were made for me by the stars above. Rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? And baby, baby, rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know that I have never been loved like this before? Ain't it good, ain't it right, that you are with me here tonight? Rock me gently, rock me slowly, take it easy. Don't you know
one of the real delightful guys of rock and roll, Andy Kim and Rock Me Gently. Speaking of rock, we'll continue rock, roll, and reviewing our way up to the number 1 record for the second weekend of September 1974 in the second half of Rock, Roll, and Remember. Also, we'll have more from Davy Jones and Mickey Dolenz in our special artist profile on the Monkees.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Coming up in this hour, Gary Puckett, a mini profile on the Atlanta Rhythm section, and more of our special artist profile on the Monkees. First, let's turn our attention towards band uniforms. No, I'm not talking about the kind that marching bands wear. I am referring to the strange get-ups rock and roll bands get up on stage wearing. Now, take Paul Revere and the Raiders, for example. I always thought that they donned revolutionary garb so they wouldn't look just like me.
It's just like me, say to you, love me do, and I'll be true. And what come home to me each day. Now you'll be my girl, that's what I want. Just you, sweet girl, not a fraud. It's just like me, I feel so good, and I fall so much in love with you. Oh, it's just like me, it's just like me. I am the fool, that's how I'll be. But it's just like you to say goodnight and leave me all alone to cry. It's just like me to say to you, love me do, and I'll be true. What I'd like you to say is that you'll love me here each day. It's just like me, it's just like me. I'm the fool, that's how I'll be. Oh, it's just like you to say goodbye and leave me alone.
Paul Revere and the Raiders from 1966, ponytail and all, with Just Like Me. Now, while the Raiders wore revolutionary outfits, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap preferred Civil War uniforms. But you know, that didn't stop Gary from singing from the heart. We caught up with Gary at a television taping where he talked about one of my favorite classics.
This Girl is a Woman Now. I remember recording that in Studio D of Columbia Records, one of the smaller studios, but having the feeling that the song itself was really a beautiful song and was saying something very sensitive and tender about a very personal topic, but saying it very nicely. And I was quite in love with the song at the time we recorded it. I don't remember much else about the recording sessions on that music.
This girl walked in dreams, playing in a world of her own. This girl was a child, existing in a playground of stone. Then one night her world was changed, her life and dreams were rearranged, and she would never be the same again. This girl is a woman now, she's learned how to give. This girl is a woman now, she's found out what it's all about, and she's learning to live. This girl tasted love, as tender as the gentle dawn. She cried a single tear, a teardrop that was sweet and warm. Our hearts told us we were right, and on that sweet and velvet night, the child had died, a woman had been born. This girl is a woman now, she's learned how to give. This girl
10 for Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. The year was 1969, and the song, This Girl Is a Woman Now. One of 6 straight number ones produced by Jerry Fuller. Now, while the Gap wore Civil War outfits and the Raiders wore their Revolutionary War uniforms, this band started out wearing clothes that were, well, they were just absolutely weird. They all dressed up like Little Lord Fauntleroy.
I find that I can choose. I'm free. Oh, yeah. So funny, I just have to laugh. All my trouble been torn in half. I've been lonely too long. Lonely too long. To see me now makes it worth the time I've waited. She was all I need to make me see. Oh, I keep hoping with all my mind everything's gonna turn out right. I've been lonely too long, lonely so Now look at me, gliding through this world of beauty. Everything I do brings ecstasy. Oh, yeah. No wonder I could die. I feel like I'm about to take my life. Been lonely too long, lonely too long. Find myself somebody. Don't have to be alone no more.
The Rascals and I've Been Lonely Too Long. The year was 1967. Hey, we'll hear the song that monkey Mike Nesmith wrote for Stone Pony Linda Ronstadt back in 1968 when Rock, Roll, and Remember returns. This week on Rock, Roll, and Remember, our special artist profile is focusing upon Mickey Dolenz, Davy Jones, Peter Tork, and Michael Nesmith, better known to most of us as the Monkees. Our guide is Dick Clark. And I understand we're going to hear about the Monkees on tour, Dick.
Well, that we will, Gene, but first I'd like to clear up a little business. In the first half of our show, I mentioned that Mike Nesmith was a songwriter before he was a monkey. And if you were wondering to yourself, what did he write? Well, here's the answer. Mike Nesmith wrote Linda Ronstadt's very first chart song.
You and I travel to the beat of a different drum. Oh, can't you tell by the way I run? Every time you make eyes at me, whoa, you cry and moan and say it will work out. But honey child, I've got my doubts. You can't see the forest for the trees. if you live without me. So don't get me wrong, it's not that I knock it, it's just that I'm not in the market for a boy who wants to love only me. Yes, and I ain't saying you ain't pretty. I'm saying I'm not ready for any person, place or thing. Time for the rain in on me. So goodbye, I believe and I see no sense for this crying and grieving. We'll both live a lot longer if you live without me.
Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies from 1968 with a Mike Nesmith tune that became her very first hit, Different Drum. The topic is the Monkees on tour, and as Davy Jones reminded me, that's a subject I'm more than a little familiar with.
You were the guy that promoted our first concerts. in
Ah,
fact.
yes,
I think we
yes.
did 8. I think Hawaii was our first concert.
Yeah, I remember.
And we sang for 9,000 kids, but it happened to be a beauty pageant thing there that did fill the arena anyway, and the TV show had just come on a couple of weeks before in Hawaii, and here they are seeing this act. But from there, the excitement got around that the Monkees had drawn 8,000 people in Hawaii, and so it wasn't hard for the act to go farther as a personal appearance act. You know, people said, hey, the Monkees don't play their own music. Well, the Monkees did 200 concerts, and there was only 4 guys standing on that stage the whole time.
D.W. Washburn, I heard a sweet voice say, D.W. Washburn, this is your lucky day. A hot bowl of soup is waiting, a hot bowl of soup and a shake. D.W. Washburn, we picked you to sing. Can't you hear the flugelhorn? Can't you hear the band? Even you can be reborn. You're naughty ne'er-do-well. If you don't get out of that gutter before the next big rain, D.W. Washburn, you're gonna wash right down the drain. Up, up, come on, get up off your street. If you can only make it from your hands to your knees, I know you can make it to your feet. D.W. Washburn, I said to myself, D.W. Washburn, why don't you go save somebody else? Well, I got no job to go to. I don't work and I don't get paid. I got a bottle of wine, I'm feeling fine, and I believe I got it made. I'd like to thank all of you good people for coming to my aid. But I'm D.W. Washburn, I do believe I got it made. D.W. Washburn, I do believe I got it made. Don't need nobody.
The Monkees bringing back memories from 1967 with the story of one D.W. Washburn. Now, Davy Jones mentioned the problem that the Monkees had with their stage image a little earlier. Mickey Dolenz will return later on in the hour to explain how they tried to improve that stage image.
And Dick will also dive into our Rock, Roll, and Remember book of records to seek out rock's most successful songwriters as soon as we get back together.
just for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Budweiser. Dick Clark's Rock, Roll and Remember.
Time once again to turn to the ultimate settler of disputes and matters concerning rock and roll, the Rock, Roll, and Remember Book of Records. In case you've ever argued over the identity of the 3 top songwriters of all time, well, we're about to settle the score with the composers who've written the most top 10 records. Now, we begin with a man who first gained recognition as the man who put music to the words of Hal David. He's written or co-written over 25 top 10 hits, including this one for Christopher Cross. I'm talking about Burt Bacharach.
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you.
Christopher Cross went to number 1 with that Burt Bacharach tune in 1981 called Arthur's Theme. Now, at the number 2 spot in our survey of the top 10 songwriters are 3 gentlemen whose names are synonymous with the Motown sound of the 60s, and they have written about 35 top 10 hits. Holland, Dozier, and Holland.
In your
Diana, Mary, and Flo paying the supreme compliment to the second hottest group of the top 10 songwriters of all time, Holland Dozier Holland. What a song. Number one with Stop in the Name of Love in 1965. Hey, I'll bet you didn't have to think too long to think of the number one top 10 songwriting team, right? I mean, between them as group and solo performers, they've penned over 60 top 10 hits, and this is the one that started them off. I'm talking about John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand. And I say that something I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Oh please, say to me, let me be your man. And please, say to me, you let me hold your hand. I let me hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can hide, I can hide, I can hide. Yeah, you got that something I think you'll understand. When I say that something, I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can hide, I can hide, I can hide. Yeah, you got that something I think you understand. When I feel that something, I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand.
The Beatles and their number one gold song from 1964, the song that started it out for the writing team of Lennon and McCartney, I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Hey, we have Ronnie Hammond of the Atlanta Rhythm Section waiting over in the wings. He'll be joining us next, right here on Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels. You know, I'm in about 100 different cities and towns in a year's time, and somebody's always asking me, Charlie, do you really use Skoal? Well, the answer is yes. I've used Skoal for years, and I still do, every day. And when I say a pinch is all it takes, what I'm talking about is real tobacco pleasure without lighting up. So when you see me, you better know that my can of Skoal's never far away. So if you want real tobacco pleasure without lighting up, why don't you try Skoal? Remember, a pinch is all it takes. Thank you. We appreciate it.
This is Gregory Peck speaking for the Alliance to Save Energy. The Alliance offers you a free brochure which will help to save energy and money. In fact, what it tells you could cut your energy use by 25%. Send for this brochure today. Find out how saving energy makes sense. Dollars and cents. Write the Alliance to Save Energy, Box 57200, Washington, D.C., 20037. A public service message from the Alliance to Save Energy and the Advertising Council.
Dick Clark, rock, roll, and remember.
I'm Gene Weed, and I'm happy to have with us a visitor from the land of the Falcons and the home of the Braves, Atlanta, Ronnie Hammond of the Atlanta Rhythm Section. Now, naturally, we started talking about Southern rock and roll, Southmouth style, you know, and I asked Ronnie what he likes about the South.
It's not a snobby sort of situation at all. People are really easy to get along with. If you can just let your hair down and try to get next to folks down there, it's really nice. It's a good atmosphere to work in. Our studio is probably the most ugly little studio in the world, you know. It's not very flashy looking, but you can really get down to serious working in it because the atmosphere is so good, you know.
When you walked into the room, there was voodoo in the vibes.
I could not catch your eyes. Now I stand here helplessly, hoping you'll get into me. I am so into you, I can't think of nothing else. I am so into you, I can't think of nothing else. Thinking how it's gonna be whenever I get you next to me. It's gonna be good, don't you know? When you get to, gonna love you all over, over and over. Me into you, you into me into you. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. Ooh. You walked into the room, there was voodoo in the vibes. I was captured by your style, but I could not catch your eye. Now I stand here helplessly, yeah, hoping you get into me. I am so into you, I can't get to nothing else. I am so into you, baby, I can't get to nothing else. No, no, no. Come on, baby. I'm so
Atlanta Rhythm Section and a top 10 tune from 1977, So Into You. Hey, we're into a conversation with lead singer Ronnie Hammond, who tells us that the whole world's getting into Southern music.
The South is what everybody is looking for now. I understand in England that they admire Southern bands, that's what they're trying to get at, Southern kind of rock and roll blues. It's just so basic, The blues has been around for so long, and people down south, that's what they cut their teeth on. And the music is always soulful and bluesy.
Imaginary lovers never turn you down. When all the others turn you away, they're around. It's my private pleasure, midnight fantasy, someone to share my wildest dreams with me. Imaginary lover, you're mine anytime. Imaginary lover, oh yeah. When ordinary lovers don't feel what you feel, and real life situations lose their thrill. Imagination's unreal. Imaginary lover, imaginary lover, you're mine anytime.
love that thing. Another top 10 record for the Atlanta Rhythm section, this one from 78, Imaginary Lover. Mickey Dolenz will be here to tell Dick Clark about the extravaganzas the Monkees used to put on when Rock, Roll, and Remember rolls again.
I see America working harder every day to educate her people to live a better way. UNCF has helped blacks fulfill their potential in walks of life where they couldn't walk before. We want to give our best, please understand. We're not asking for a handout, just a hand.
Give to the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
A public service of this station and the Ad Council.
Hello down there. I'm John Hancock, former Boston businessman. I did something for all businessmen once. I was first to sign the Declaration of Independence. Definitely a hanging offense. Return the favor. Join the more than 350,000 employers who encourage employee participation in Guard and Reserve training. Serving on those teams makes them better team workers for you. Besides, their predecessor saved my neck. Write employer support to Arlington, Virginia, 22209.
Oh, what a team! Oh, what a team!
A public service of this station and the Advertising Council.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Dick Clark, rock, roll, and remember.
Our Rock, Roll, and Remember salute to the Monkees continues now with Dick Clark. Dick, I understand that you have Mickey Dolenz with you with a tale of frustration?
Well, that's very true, Gene, because the Monkees were sort of made for television. There were an awful lot of critics that didn't take them seriously, despite all of their hit records and their delighted millions and millions of fans. Now, for Mike and Peter, the Monkees were first and foremost a rock band. But for Mickey and Davy, touring was simply, well, a roadshow version of their TV show. That led to a compromise in which they put together a theatrical, musical extravaganza. Let me let Mickey Dolenz explain.
The show was very theatrical. It was disappointing, too, because we rehearsed like crazy. We just spent days and weeks in rehearsals with David Winters, choreographer at the time, and he's producing movies now, if I'm not mistaken, but he was in West Side Story, remember, the choreographer? Well, he produced and choreographed, as it were, the show. And in 65, we had a light show, and we had special effects, and we had a screen. It was a multimedia event, which at the time, if I'm not mistaken, there wasn't a lot of. So we were very proud of that. And we rehearsed, and I played the drums until my hands bled. And then we got out on stage, and we could have phoned it in. It just didn't make any difference. Nobody heard a thing.
Girl, don't you know every time I see you smiling? It's so bad, 'cause when I see you, I start trying. Everything to stop, but there's no denying. In love with you, girl, is just like dying. Strong.
was 1967, the Monkees with Words. And we'll find out who sang the words to the Monkees songs in the next hour of Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Dick, in the meantime, I'll be coming back in a second or two with at least 1,000 dances.
Didn't know your own brother-in-law was an inventor, huh?
Gee, this machine takes up your whole basement.
It's the Ad Master 2000. It can do anything your ad agency can do.
This machine will buy me lunch?
No, but it will make all your media buying decisions, what, where, how much.
How does the machine work?
Well, let's take you. You're selling shoes. Shirts, right. Say we take the shirt you got on.
I'm really happy with my ad agency.
We toss it into the machine, add a dash of strategy and position, a pinch of research, a generous portion of your money.
Whoa.
Voila, out comes the media buy.
It says TV and newspaper, buy now.
That's media buying. Neat, huh?
How come it doesn't say radio?
Ray what?
See, my agency says that in today's economy, radio is a great way to stretch the budget.
Well, we just
And
can't.
you can still afford to buy enough frequency in radio, and it targets people with the money to spend, and it sells.
Well, radio is good.
But the ad machine didn't know that.
Needs a few adjustments.
Can I get my shirt back now?
Oh, sure. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I think you just lost it.
Radio. Red hot because it works. For more facts on radio, call this station of the Radio Advertising Bureau. They brought you this message.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Declines, rock, roll, and remember.
We now have another Rock, Roll, and Remember instant dance marathon set up for you, beginning with a perennial dance tune. In fact, there are at least 6 versions of this song that I can think of off the top of my head, recorded by the Electric Indian, Chris Kenner, the Midnighters, Cannibal and the Headhunters, and even Round Robin and the Parlays. But the biggest version of all was cut by one of the most respected soul singers of our time. He's done such classics as In the Midnight Hour and 634-5789. But this is his biggest. Ladies and gentlemen, Wilson Pickett.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Got to know how to hold it. Like on him rolling. Mashed potato. Do the alligator. Put your hand on your hips, yeah. Let your backbone slip. Do the 1, 2, say. Like my little Lucy. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Need somebody to help me say it one time. Na 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 na. You know I feel all right. Feel pretty good, y'all. Na 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 na. Come on, y'all. Let's say it one more time. Na 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 na. Long tall Sally, twisting with Lucy.
Top 10 for the wicked Mr. Pickett back in 1966, Land of 1,000 Dances. Now, I told you about Wilson Pickett just now, but I don't know anything about these guys, except that they had a top 10 record for themselves in 1968, and they're called The Human Beings.
Nobody can do the sing like I do. Nobody can do the shake like I do. Nobody can do boogaloo like I do. Nobody can do Billy like I do. Well, don't you know I go to skate I do. Ain't nobody do it but me. Nobody but me. Yeah, I
From 1968, The Human Beings and Nobody But Me. Hey, we'll be returning to our rock, roll, and review of 1974 and a bang-up hit from Eric Clapton right after this.
It's the driver of the Skull Bandit, Harry Gant.
There's nothing I like better than firing up the engine of the Bandit and going racing. One thing I don't fire up, though, and that's tobacco. I do smokeless tobacco. For me, that means Skull. Just a pinch between my cheek and gum gives me real tobacco pleasure without ever firing a match. Folks who know me know I like to drive fast, talk slow, and go smokeless. And the one I run with is on the Bandit I race with. Skull.
When the National Park Service says keep out or trail closed, you can be sure there's a mighty good reason. It's for your safety. And when the signs say don't feed the animals, it's because animals in the parks are wild. They can cause injuries. And if you see a sign telling you to stay on trails and bridges, remember it's for your personal safety. This message from the National Park Service, Department of the Interior. Remember, accidents do happen, but they don't have to.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Review.
This week on Rock, Roll, and Remember, we're rock, roll, and reviewing some of the music and memories from 1974 as we work our way up to the number one song from the second weekend of September in 74 with Dick Clark. Now, Dick, what's this about Hollywood's most famous firefighter?
Well, Gene, let me get to that in just a second after I remind you of a couple of things, fads that made their mark in 1974. You remember one? That was the string bikini. It lent new meaning to the expression, I've got the world on a string. Another one was a thing called streaking, where a person would unexpectedly run through a crowd totally naked. You may remember the streaker who zoomed past David Niven on the Academy Awards show that year while hundreds of millions of people were watching. It was quite an event. And a centuries-old game became a huge fad back there in the year 1974. They brought it back again, backgammon. It became so in that a backgammon club catering to the beautiful people opened up in Beverly Hills, and they were so conscientious of their clientele that they even stocked a special brand of beer for one of their members, the late Steve McQueen. Now, let me turn to this firefighting story I billboarded before for you, Gene. He must have built up quite a thirst because Steve was shooting a movie, you probably recall it, The Towering Inferno. They were at the Samuel Goldwyn Studios in Hollywood when suddenly life began to imitate the arts. A huge electrical fire broke out. Now, since Steve McQueen had received firefighting instruction for his role in the movie, he joined the fire brigade and helped douse the flames, prompting Ally McGraw to quip, "It's on-the-job training." Still, you wouldn't find many actors who would risk their lives that way. It's a little bit of an insight into the character of Steve McQueen. I'll be back with 1974's top story in the next edition of Rock, Roll, and Review.
Thanks, Dick. Now, this was the number 2 song on the second weekend of September 1974. It was written by reggae legend Bob Marley and popularized by this man, Eric Clapton.
I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. All around in my hometown, they're trying to track me down. They say they want to bring me in guilty for the swear it was in self-defense. Freedom came my way one day, and I started out town fair. All of a sudden I see Sheriff John Brown aiming to shoot me down. So I shot him down. I swear. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy.
Eric Clapton and a great song, I Shot the Sheriff. We'll hear the #1 record from the second weekend of September 1974 in our next hour of Rock, Roll, and Remember. Also coming up, a visit from Dick St. John of Dick and Dee Dee, a trip to the street with our Rock, Roll, and Remember microphone, and the finale of our special artist profile on the Monkees featuring Mickey Dolenz and Davy Jones. I'm Gene Weed. We have all that and a surprise or two coming your way when Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember returns.
You're listening to Radio Rewind on KongMonsterRock.net.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
Today's music one more time. Hi, everybody. I'm Gene Weed. Welcome to the fourth and final hour of Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember. We'll have the dramatic conclusion of our profile on the Monkees for you this hour, along with the #1 song from the second weekend of September 1974. We'll also be chatting with Dick St. John of Dick and Dee Dee and a few surprises, too. Hey, ever been on a first-name basis with a pop star? Yeah, sure you have. Now just think of all those rock and roll duos who've gone by their first names. For example, do you think this song would have been a hit if it had been sung by Baker and Robinson?
Love, love is strange. Lot of people take it for a game. Once you get it, you never wanna quit. After you've had it, you're in an awful fix. Plenty people don't understand. They think loving is money in the hand. Your sweet loving is better than a kiss. When you leave me, sweet kisses I miss.
Yes, Mickey.
How do you call your lover boy?
Come here, lover boy.
And if he doesn't answer?
Oh, lover boy.
And if he still doesn't answer?
I simply say, baby. Oh, baby. My sweet baby. You're the one. Baby. Oh, baby. My sweet baby. You're the one.
Baker and Robinson. Oh, all right, I'll tell you, we know them better as Mickey and Sylvia and their great hit Love is Strange from 1957. Dick and Dee Dee were actually Dick St. John and Dee Dee Sperling. Dick's falsetto and Dee Dee's alto led them to the top of the charts in the early 60s. When things quieted down, though, a little for them, Dick St. John tells the tale of how they went to England to remedy the situation. Now, that resulted in one of the oddest musical couplings that I've ever heard of.
We decided at that time that everything was happening in England, so we had to go to England to record. So we went to England, and Joe Smith fixed it up that we were going to record with this group that wasn't really a huge success yet, the Rolling Stones. So we did a session in London with Andrew Oldham and the Rolling Stones. We did 5 things with them, which were never released, but they're great things. I think they're great. Mick Jagger, and they're all singing with us.
That one reached to the top of the charts in 1961, Dick and Dee Dee and the Mountains High. Now, at least you think that first-name duos are strictly a male-female affair? Try this one on for size.
I want everybody to get up off your seat and get your arms together and your hands together and give me some of that old soul clapping. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to squeeze me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. If you took your love somewhere else, I wouldn't know what it meant to be loved to death. You make me feel like I've never felt kisses so good I have to holler for help. You didn't have to squeeze me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to hold me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. Every day there's something new. You pull out your bag and you'll find to do. You got to try new things too, just so I can keep up with you. You didn't have to shake me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. You didn't have to make me like you did, but you did, but you did. And I thank you. All my life I've been shortchanged. Without your love, baby, it's a crying shame. And now I know what the fellas are talking about when they say that they're being turned off. I wanna thank you, thank you, thank you, oh, baby. Thank you, baby. Yeah, yeah. I got to say,
Sam and Dave Moore making much more music with I Thank You, a top 10 classic from the year 1968. Monkey Davy Jones will be along to tell us who sang the songs when he talks with Dick Clark next on Rock, Roll, and Remember.
What's even crispier than a Frito-Lay chip? How about a crisp new dollar bill? How about 10,000 crisp new dollar bills? That's what you could win in Frito-Lay's new instant cash giveaway. $1, $1,000, or even $10,000 when you buy a Frito-Lay single-serve snack. Just pop into your neighborhood store, walk up to the Frito-Lay snack rack, and pick up a single-serve package of Fritos corn chips, Cracker Snacks, salted peanuts, Doritos and Tostitos tortilla chips, Cheetos cheese-flavored snacks, Lay's and Ruffles potato chips, or Grandma's Big Cookies. Then look for the cash giveaway symbol printed on each specially marked single-serve package. Your Frito-Lay snack could be even crispier than you bargained for. No purchase necessary. We'll send you a free game piece if you mail your hand-printed request to Game Request, P.O. Box 4122, Blair, Nebraska 68009. Void in Minnesota and where prohibited. Look for details of Frito-Lay's instant cash giveaway at your local store.
Dick Clark's Rock, Roll, and Remember.
We're back with our special artist profile on the Monkees with Dick Clark. Now, this time, Dick, I understand that we're going to find out who sang what on which.
Indeed we shall, Gene, right after we go back to 1970 and a solo hit for Mike Nesmith and the First National Band.
Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. And she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Then the woman that she was drove her on with desperation, and I saw as she went a most hopeless situation for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run. She was only a girl, I know that well, but still I could not see that the hold that she had was much stronger than the love she felt for me. But staying with her and my little bit of wisdom broke down her desires like a light through a prism into yellows and blues and a tune that I could not have sung. Though the essence is gone, I have no tears to cry for her, and my only thoughts of her are kind. Her name was Joanne, and she lived in a meadow by a pond. And she touched me for a moment with a look that spoke to me of her sweet love. Then the woman that she was drove her on with desperation, and I saw as she went a most hopeless situation for Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run. For Joanne and the man and the time that made them both run.
The Monkees' very own Mike Nesmith and the First National Band, Joanne, from 1970. Now let's jump back to the Monkees for a second. It's sort of interesting to note that the two guys who were in the band, who were musicians before it all got started, Mike Nesmith and Peter Tork, were not the lead singers. That task fell to the old stagehands in the group, Mickey Dolenz and Davy Jones.
In the beginning, Mickey and I sang most of the stuff.
Yeah.
Mike had a strange sound to his voice, and Peter wasn't the singer of the group, you know. So, Last Train to Clarksville was chosen because it was the best tune that we had finished at the time, and also because maybe people would think, if Davey was to sing this record here, this particular one, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, or one of the other tunes that I sang in the beginning, maybe it would be more too English, you know. They think this group is an English group or something. So they went with Last Train to Clarksville. It was a hit. And after that, it was a while before I sang lead. The only one that I had a hit on, I think, that was released as a single was, years later, was Daydream Believer.
Oh, I could hide neath the wings of the bluebird as she sings. The 6 o'clock alarm would never ring, but it rings and I rise, wipe the sleep out of my eyes. My shaven razor's cold and it stings. Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? You once thought of me as a white knight on his steed. Now you know how happy I can be. Oh, and our good time starts and ends without dollar one to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Cheer up, sleepy Jean, oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a
Number 1 and gold for the Monkees back in 1967. Daydream Believer, and we'll be back with some final reflections from the Monkees as the hour progresses here on Rock, Roll, and Remember.
And Dick, I'll be right back with some inside stories designed to delight those of you who listen very carefully. Right after this on Rock, Roll, and Remember.